Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. Today's Do You Know question is, do you know the meaning and significance of the Lenten season? Every liturgical year, we set aside the season of Lent, 40 days of preparation for the Easter season. The Lenten season highlights for us in a strong and powerful way what should be going on through the entire liturgical year. Every liturgical year offers us an opportunity to enter into a conversion process of deepening our love relationship with God in and through the power and guidance of the Spirit, so as to take on the mind and heart of Jesus. So this yearly process is highlighted to the nth degree during the Lenten season. So the rituals and the practice of Lent are to help us facilitate the kinds of experiences and conversion experiences that we should be practicing all year long. We begin the season on Ash Wednesday with putting ashes on our foreheads. This is a clear reminder of us that we are limited creatures, human creatures, created by God to be in love relationship, and God asks us, in and through that intimacy of divine love that God has offered to us, to respond to the invitation of love. And Ash Wednesday reminds us of our need for God to help us respond and change our minds and hearts. So how do we do this? Well, the Gospel reading for Ash Wednesday offers us three ways in which we can respond to God's intimate call and invitation to be in relationship with God. The first, all three are prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. So let's start with prayer. Prayer is on open and honest communication with God, where we enter more deeply into the love relationship, intimate love relationship with God that God has called us to. Throughout the year, we are supposed to pray and develop our love relationship with God, deepen it throughout the entire year. Lent reminds us of our need for prayer and challenges us to examine how we are doing in our prayer life with God throughout the entire year. So it highlights for us the need for prayer in our entire liturgical life and our relationship with God. The second mode that Lent Ash Wednesday reading reminds us is fasting. Now, fasting is a discipline in the traditional Christian tradition. It's known as asceticism. It's a discipline that really attempts to curb our attractions and impulses that oftentimes leads us astray. It curbs our desires to control. It counters our temptation to have what we want, when we want it, anytime we want it. So we should be doing this all year long, curbing those desires and attractions and impulses, especially, for example, the attraction or impulse to judge. So fasting could be, cutting back on judging people and so on. So those are the various ways in which fasting can be understood, not just from food, but from other, attractions or impulses that lead us astray. And then the third way in which we are reminded to on Ash Wednesday of responding to God's love invitation is through almsgiving. Well, almsgiving is this whole notion that God has gifted us with blessings, all sorts of benefits and gifts. And, we're intended, those gifts are given to us not just for our own use, but intended to be used for the benefit of others, especially those in need. So Lent is a reminder of our yearly need to pay attention to others, to use the gifts that we've been given for the service of others. And so, these are practices, all three are practices we should be doing throughout the entire liturgical year, but Lent highlights them for us and asks us to really examine how we are doing in this area, in these areas as we go throughout the entire liturgical year. Now, one of the real focuses of Lent has been this idea of giving up things, which is a good discipline again, because it kind of, again, curbs those desires of us to have what we want when we want. It curbs our desires for control and having things our way. However, giving up things should not be the be-all and end-all of the Lenten season. It should be coupled with the discipline of service to others. In other words, it should be coupled with the discipline of reaching out to others, especially those in need. It should be a discipline that really takes us out of our comfort zone, and a discipline as well that really costs us something, and so on. So again, good discipline of giving up things, but also coupled with the discipline of doing something for others, especially in service of others in need. So Lent is a strong reminder for us of our baptismal call and commitment to take on the mind and heart of Jesus, something that we should be doing throughout the entire year. But Lent helps us focus on those things that we should be doing throughout the entire year, and helps us to really examine our way of living so that we can become effective disciples of Jesus Christ by taking on consistently the mind and heart of Jesus. So I hope this has helped to explain just a bit of what the meaning and purpose and significance of the Lenten season is all about. And I hope you'll return again to more Do You Know series questions as we continue to explore our faith traditions. Thank you very much.